Hey, ladies and gents, it's Zem again from Strike Gaming, and we are doing the T-92, the new light tank for the American line. This is the new premium Tier 8. I do believe it was released today. I'm not sure exactly how long it's supposed to be for sale, but they'll sell it again in December, I'm sure. I believe there was like a 10-hour sale or whatever. This is kind of the pre-drop, I think, on this tank, but I could be wrong. So what was this tank? 1950s, they decided the military wanted a air transportable armored unit, and this was designed to be transported by airplane, being only 17 tons. It was 5 tons lighter than the M41 Bulldog as a light tank. Two prototypes were built. They were both used at the Aberdeen Proving Grounds and eventually canceled. This was kind of a unusual gun. It had a semi-automatic loading system, a four-man crew with a 76 millimeter gun, and of course, a very odd-looking turret, obviously, but very, very low-profile tank. This was actually, I believe, tested for about a year, and then was the project was canceled in favor of the Sheridan tank. So I'm not sure what exactly happened to these. I don't know if there's any actually still in existence. But yeah, that is the history of this tank. Some of the odd features, of course, was the engine was mounted in the front for better protection, which of course left a rear hatch, which was, I think, later on this design was copied, of course, for the Israeli Merkava, the Merkava, with the added protection in the front, even if you shell that hit, which of course doesn't help you in game with this tank, because if you do get shot in the front, 9 times out of 10 your engine is going to be lost. So there is that. So 76 millimeter gun, kind of a neat little tank, very quick in game. So that was the history of the tank. The actual tank as a crew trainer will work out fine. It shares, the four-man crew with the Sheridan, the T-49, and the Bulldog, so you can train your upper tier light tanks with this. I'm running the Chaffee crew in here with not quite a BIA on it yet. I usually don't always run a full crew on these tanks because everybody's going to grind up to them, and I actually haven't really got that far up the American Light Tanks line, so this was actually one of the better crews I had laying around. So I threw it in there, but like I said, it will train your high tier Tier 8 tanks just fine. The stats on this thing is it's really an interesting tank. 150 average damage, 175 pen, and a 3.8 second reload. And that's just without BIA. So yeah, you're going to get that down to quite a bit. I'm guessing you're going to be down around 3.3 or 3.4 by the time you get done. 10 degrees of gun depression. That's what really makes this tank stand out. With that low profile and that 10 degrees of gun depression, you can make lots of hillsides work with this thing. And you'll notice in the gameplay that I'm doing what I'm talking about. It's just a very well-made little tank. Certainly not as, everybody's complaining about Tier 8s being OP. This one, not so much. With 175 base pen, you're not going to go through. You're going to struggle against mediums, some mediums. Of course, light tanks would be no fine. And if heavies from the front, you're going to be pretty questionable. And even with the heat round at 210, you're going to deal with most of the heavies at Tier 8. Tier 9 is going to get it real iffy, unless, of course, you really get some lucky RNG with some of your well-placed shots. Otherwise, this tank is going to be mostly for flanking. You're going to need to get to the side of them to have any real chance of penning them. 1,000 hit points. Hull armor is 31, 25 on the side, 19 on the rear, and the turret is 28 all the way around. So yeah, paper tank. It's a light tank. Yeah, you can't expect much else out of it. Mobility, load limit's 20 tons, 600 horsepower. That means this thing is not the fastest light tank at 60, but wherever it's going, it's going to get there in a hurry, and it picks up speed very quickly. And you'll see in the videos what I'm talking about. I mean, you hardly even notice the fact that you're not the fastest light tank because of that quick up to speed ability of this tank, plus the 58.67%, 67 degrees traverse speed. Yeah, she is a very mobile little light tank. Concealment 21.24. Yeah, it's like a ghost. This tank is ridiculously good in a bush. Whether you're going to go passive or if you're going to go active, I think this thing will work out real well doing either one of those roles for a light tank. Spotting 449. That's without the full BIA or recon or any of those skills, and that's just simply running coated optics and and vents. So yeah, I'm gonna guess you're gonna be around 475, 480 by the time you get the BIA and the recon, all that stuff. So yeah, it's gonna have a very good view range, which of course is what you should have in a light tank. The game wise, I think I ended up with the couple games I did have in it. I had 2 games here. Yeah, it's about 75,000, 78,000. You know, typical tier 8. Typical tier 8 money making. You know, it's nothing unusual. Probably a little bit less than you get with a medium or a heavy, but still not bad. I mean, it'll definitely make you some cash. Plus, train your crews, which this is important because a lot of times Wargaming fucks you on the crew training because they'll give you an oddball tank with a weird crew setup, but they didn't this time. So I don't know if it was because it's Christmas or what the fuck. But it works, right? So I usually run coated optics, rammer, and vents on this tank because, you know, besides not just being able to do the scouting role, I also like to play it somewhat as a light to medium. So being able to slash in there, doing a little bit of damage is always nice. So the 2 games I got, I'll be bringing them up for you guys to see how this thing actually does a roll, you know, in an in-game situation. So. Alright guys, back with the first, this is actually the very first game I played with this. I was talking to Goat Juice in the TS. He goes, hey, did you check out the new tank they came out with? And I said, no, I didn't even know they had a new tank out. So I went and looked at it, and I was like, yeah, okay. So I bought the basic one for 30 bucks, and I'm running here with him in his AMX CDA 105, and I'm going to be his eyes while he gets to be rack up them beautiful, beautiful assist damage. So, you know, as I earlier I talked about with its mobility, how quick this tank is. I mean, literally starting out, we're almost already up to top speed within a matter of 50 to 100 meters of leaving the cap. I'm on the move here. I'm headed for that bush. You know, I was talking to Goat in chat, and I told him where I was going to be picking up targets at and where he needed to be. So I'm heading up to the bush here to the roughly about the E9 area. This bush is right here, what I'm talking about, and I'm just going to be doing early lights. Pop up in here, spot the T10, spot 2 T10s. Great camo on this tank, nice view range. Starting to pick up some early damage here, or some early assisted damage on these guys. I'm just kind of hanging out here. Wrecking, that T10 is just literally getting wrecked here. Pick up the T44-100, spot him. Still haven't been spotted yet. Then again, I also don't have 6th sense, so I guess it really doesn't fucking matter. So my first shot, and I can't quite get down to get his track. T44-100 gets smoked. He gets smoked again, and I'm already up to almost 1200 spotting. So that's taken care of, and you'll watch this. What I was talking about earlier with this low profile and this nice gun depression on this thing. Yeah, there's not a lot that you cannot get down on if you're really trying to work it. So Centurion 1's getting wrecked. Strev is almost dead. That leaves here the T10. So we're gonna have to get a little bit of pushy here if we want some damage. Yeah, off. T10's looking the other way, and I didn't fire. Actually, I don't think I fired any premium here. Just run around here. That T10 really wants my shit for some reason. You would think the 430 would be a better target, but yeah, whatever. Light the Centurion once again, and I'm on the run here. Gets nailed by the T-28 prototype, because yeah, you're going to fucking hide in the back in a 28 prototype. Get in here by the S1. Get a shot into him, and lose him. So, Mr. T-28 still sitting in the back. Yeah, I'm going to go see what he's up to. The game's almost going to be over with, so here I'm just trying to farm damage and as much spotting as possible. Prototype fires, and of course I said with this great mobility on this tank, he has literally no chance at all to even try to hit me. Back on the move again, and being the eyes, I'm going to try to get back out here in front of these my TDs here. Pick up the Tort, just trying to see how accurate it is. You know, I even at this distance I can hit. That Cupola is actually what I did hit, but didn't pen with my 175 pen. Go figure. 432-2 is getting, or 432 is getting wrecked. So with, I'm going to be trying to get up underneath this hill right here and see what I can actually spot. Low profile tank. Even if they could spot me from this distance, they're most likely not going to be able to get a shot on me. We're at the edge of the water. I got goat behind me, so I'm not worried. It's always nice to make sure you have good support, especially if you're running a light tank. Sitting about 961, 1500 spotting so far, and the game is literally only 4 minutes in, and it's almost over with. T-92, put one shell onto him, and finish him off with the second one, giving me the side of the Tiger. And he's dead now too. Okay, so here comes the 430, 1200 damage, 1500 spotting, and the game is literally 4 tanks left, and I'm just hunting for damage here. Come back around the other side of it. 430-2 is kind of going, oh, well, what are we going to do here? Put a nice shell on the side of him, and yeah, he finishes me off. But that's all right. When you turn your turret to the side of a CDA who hits you for almost 400, your choices were already made for you, buddy. So yeah, that was the first game in it. It wasn't too bad. So I'll bring up the second one right about now. Alright guys, back with the second game in the T-92. I am once again playing with my buddy Goat. He decides this time to go with the slow and steady T-28 Proto, and I'm running once again the T-92. Nice matchup, tier 8, top tier, and we are off to the 9-0 line. Debating now whether or not how many tanks are going to go beach. Beach strat, best strat. Take off here, and like I said, it's such a cute little thing, isn't it? Very quick, very quick. Up to the top of the hill here, see if I can get some early lights. I'm begging for the artillery to pay attention. Chance of it, probably not good. Nope, because they are actually moving. So, didn't work out that way. T-92 spotted, Strap 74 spotted, Type 64 spotted, and I'm on the move here. I'm not going to stick around here and see what else I can get shot at by. About that time, I noticed that the vast majority of the tanks have wandered over here to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line, leaving the 9-0 not really well covered. So I move up. I'm going to actually use one of these bushes right here just to see what I can see and what I can spot. Spotted the Scorpion G hanging out here. And you notice how that gun impression was, yeah, worked out very nice there. Get spotted, on the move. It's actually got kind of a turn, that turn on it. It's kind of like the tier 10 German one. I guess I didn't even notice that with that gun depression for it. But yeah, you watch in the game when I'm talking about how awesome this gun depression is on this little thing. It makes such a big difference when you're dealing with tanks, when you only have to pop up maybe just the top foot of your turret over a hill to get a shot. So the M4A3 moves up, T-92's in the back here, and I'm just trying to keep things spotted for these guys so they have something to shoot at. We don't have a whole lot of support here. It's just essentially just the three of us sitting over here with Goat here sitting kind of sideways to that. It's about the time I noticed the Type 64 making a getaway, breakaway, and a T-71. So I'm on the hunt here for the T-71. And, like I said, I was talking about earlier with the speed and the acceleration of this thing. Yeah, it's not hard to catch a T-71. Catch him from behind, gets another shot into him. Quick reload, finish him off. Thank you, Goat, for making that beautiful track shot. Alright, so we haven't really seen anything. Most everything's been spotted already over on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line. So that means the 7, 8, 9, 0 line is probably not very well defended right now. I got an M4 with me. T-92 still in the back a little bit here. But I'm going to pop up here and use these nice little bushes here for to try to get some spotting in. And even with that 10 degrees gun depression, it's so easy to get down on targets. You can see here I spotted the Wheezy. And of course, since he's actually sitting in behind a bush, he can't actually see me from where he's sitting at. So I'm just going to farm a little damage here. Spotted the Wheezy. Yep, bye-bye Wheezy. And now I'm back on the move again. I know there's a Strev 74 over here. I also have a Scorpion G, and there's 2 artillery pieces yet unaccounted for. So it's time to, essentially time to go hunting. Ooh, big, beautiful gun depression. Put a shell on the 74. And on the move in case the artillery decides they want to make me their whipping boy today again. Pop up. Very nice gun handling on this tank. It seems like it's a little bit more accurate than the 0.36. Artillery's paying attention. Put a shell into him. Find the artillery. He tries. He really, really tries. And I get away with that. M12's destroyed. Puts me up at 677 spotting. About 1130 damage so far. So now I am just on the hunt here. Find me the Lorraine. He's on the run. Of course, I get the critical damage. It's alright. I got you, buddy. Tracking shot into him. Wow, did that just go over top of him. Put one more into him. And it's kind of a relative rout right now. We just have some tank destroyers and IS-3 left. Up to about 1470 damage so far. 677 spotting. Not too shabby. Definitely not what I think the potential of this tank is. I think this tank could do some serious damage if you can get into the right position with it. I'm thinking probably 4 or 5 Ks, definitely easily within the realm of this tank. I think more than anything, it'll probably be due to the amount of ammo that you're going to be carrying on this thing. Find the AT-8, puts a shell on the side of him. Switch to the heat round because AT-8s are a bitch. He's sitting at 187 hit points. He has no idea I'm behind him. Put one more shell into him. Put me up to 1700 damage. Yeah. Yep. That's right. Didn't penetrate your armor. Leaves the IS-3 left. Goat is currently like a shark to a... Yeah. He's after him. He's after him. So, is this tank worth it? Yeah, buy the $30 one. It'll work fine if you like American light tanks. You're looking for a trainer. Yeah, definitely pick it up. I think it's worth $30. If you're into the American light tank scene, hey, this is definitely something that's well worth training your crews with. So I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be seeing you guys a little bit later. You guys have a good night.